You know what it is, your man Hakeem Green, channel live and direct. BDP all day, every day. All we do is spark MAD IZM every week on MAD IZM Sports. Fellas gonna be hopping in briefly. Man, we got a legend in the building. He's backstage right now. He's waiting to come in, but you know how we do each and every week on MAD IZM Sports. We're gonna start it off with a video that gives you time to like, subscribe, invite people to the conversation so they can see a real live basketball legend. Let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, it's about to go down. With that said, you know how we do. We're going to rock out and, yeah, do the damn thing.
Yeah. 24 hours of peace, love, unity, safely having fun. Real hip-hop for the people. It's an engagement. It's a demonstration. Using hip-hop culture to get you activated. Let the people hear the bass, the vibration, the love, peace, unity. And watch them add on. It's a culture. It's not just rapping. It's not what we do. It's how we do it. We're doing it right here, Springfield Avenue, between Bergen and Plum. 24 hours straight, man. It's crazy.
We the people. The people of the culture.
Yeah, Ron Lawrence.
Fire. The hip-hop culture.
Yo, we love rap.
That's
Love
it.
it. But it's really about the culture.
Yeah, let them know how.
The culture.
Yeah. What up, man?
You know a hard head makes it soft behind. If I only knew my schoolwork like I knew them rhymes. Mom upside my head, I'm trying to memorize every line. High power rap breaks, super rhymes. Deep into the culture, didn't even know it. Young entrepreneurs spit bars like a poet in a rush to be mature behind bars when we blow it. In the that rappers too immature to outgrow it. It was more than just music, something next to breathing. I get giddy like a baby trying to spit while I'm feeding. The mic I'll be squeezing, dropping facts like I'm teaching, leaking flows for the perfect beat seeking. Mama used to say, take your time, young man. But I'm trying to feel a light so you can see it when I tan. I'm like one I never ran, I'm a fan but never stand. Just take a black way to the east, Xing out the clan.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Pueblo Unido, grassroots Steve Pico. Rule number one, never forget the people. I live that, I get that. Hard all in it, no gimmicks, straight facts. From the start, I'm the light from the dark. Born from black heart. Knew my part, daddy gave me, mama made me, North raised me, hip hop saved me. For the culture now, for the black and brown, Harriet Underground, sun up to sundown. Till my people get out, north to down south, spread like word of mouth. While you cowards is hooded, we battle the bullet, black lives to the fullest. Out here to the end, stronger together, that's the day we win.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
Yeah. But no one stopped to think about the people.
The legends before me are ones I want to get it like. But hitting quick hit different when hitting right. Mob ties, this thing of ours is birthrights. Who's next for the culture and them searchlights? Doing to it, this music, I'm trying to talk through it. Every plan on my own, I watch the line do it. Airborne to skeeky, like a window through it. Trumpets blow, this song's here, melodic ruins. Think for it before they have to think for it. Boom bap, I talk that and live enormous. Informants when present in your boy performing. Especially when them drums snap by Ryan Lawrence. Doing all that poet talk of the line crosser. Many hot and I speak by and flying saucers. Make it worth it, I can't take no people offers. Side filled and delivered and you know the offer.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are.
But no one stopped to think about the people.
Holy integrated, having omnipresent, we are. Yeah, the people.
Yeah, y'all know what it is. That's real hip hop for the people by your man Hakeem Green, produced by Ron Lawrence, featuring G Simone, Do It All, and Amiri Baraka, and that's 24 hours apiece. So let's just get right into it. I'm saying, hold on, because this right here, bro, set the tone the right way on these jokers, man. Saying.
Looking for his Cavaliers to finish his third quarter strong. Getty off that down screen. Watch Ricky Davis. I'm a little surprised. Ricky Mim with 15 now. Ricky Davis bringing a little spice to it. Cavaliers leading.
Then they're going to come at the gas strong. Then they got to go to Minnesota, who's won 14 straight in a row. That's right.
Former Cincinnati Bearcat Kenny Sexton over at Ricky Davis will bring some flavor to that. A little spicy for Ricky, huh? As he elevated and pounded it down.
Oh, disrespectful. Ooh, my neck.
Team aus Cleveland, Ricky Davis.
Ricky Davis can go do that. This guy's one of the high flyers in the league.
Coleman over Geiger.
Young dude. Young dude, give it to him.
Eric Davis goes up over everybody. He's got some nice boosties.
Ricky Davis, very popular player here.
To a quick 11-0 lead in this game. Look at Ricky Davis with the pipe on the break. Cleveland up 11 zip, as I said, and they're doing enough.
Oh.
Davis on the rip
He actually cheated enough by his reactions after.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir. Sir.
Oh, yes, sir.
Yo, thank you so much for joining the MAD IZM Sports show. You know what I'm saying? Salute to you, brother. We've been trying to make this happen for such a long time. Big shout out to Slim
Yes,
for locking
sir.
this down and making this happen, man. He's been, working with me for a while, and just following you over the years, bro. It's just, I'm excited to have you on the show. Big shout out to you. Salute to you.
Hey, man, I appreciate it so much. Thanks for having me on the show, man, and glad we finally got together.
Yes, sir.
We've been missing each other, but glad we finally got together, and appreciate all the work you do.
Oh, thank you.
Letting everybody know what's going on, man. So finally, glad we got to get together, man.
Yeah, so you're doing some great work yourself right now, and we want to get to that, but the MAD IZM Sports show is so much about community, right? And you see these professional athletes, some of the best in the world, should I say, right? And they come from us, so helping people to understand your journey, how basketball helped you in your life, just to come up and just do a little research on you. I didn't realize you're from Iowa.
I'm from Vegas, originally from Vegas.
Okay.
Raised in Chicago and then moved down to Iowa.
Okay, got you. Iowa's hot in the news right now from what happened with the your alma mater, right?
Yes, they on fire right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No doubt. So talk to us. How'd you touch down with the game of basketball? What was it about that particular sport that you gravitated toward and picked it up?
Oh man, basketball was just one of the many sports that I played growing up. I was a four sport letterman: baseball, football, basketball, and track. Started off, my first love was baseball. Top pitcher. shortstop. Was supposed to go play college ball for baseball and football, but over the years, basketball just kind of took over itself. My father played in college, went to college, played overseas, and a little ABA ball, but it was always there in the family. But I kind of gravitated towards it at a later age. But it's just something that just kind of took over. It was fun for me, and I picked up the game at an early age. Faster than everybody else. So that's how it became a lot more funner for me.
Yeah. So you said you were doing other things, playing other sports, and then later you gravitated towards. You made the decision to play basketball or focus on it. What age were you about that time?
When I really started realizing playing full-time basketball, when I quit, like my junior year, I quit baseball in the summertime to be able to go to those camps, the ABCD, the Nike camps, the old Sonny Vaqueros and all those big camps they used to have. So me playing baseball in the summertime kind of limited me to those certain things that I could do just because I was playing baseball. So I let it go one summer, and that summer I let it go. My junior year, it was probably the best decision I made.
Yeah, not to go off topic, but last week's conversation we talked about baseball and the lack of the African American presence in it. So you just detailing how you played baseball, but then you ditched it for basketball. Can you just talk about like why, when baseball is such a what was it about basketball that made that the thing?
Absolutely. Baseball's, real interesting question. Baseball for me was, I started it growing up, but as I got older, it got a little boring to me. So as I started playing basketball, getting good at it, good at the sport, it became fun, exciting. Every play, it was something, action, and playing pitcher sometimes. Sometimes I pitched some games I didn't pitch, and sometimes I would have to go out, sit in left field and eat sunflower seeds inning after inning after inning. So I was good at it, but it was just it was slower for me. It was a slower pace of the game, which I was a high athlete, high octane athlete. So basketball just kind of took over for me. I think that's why I kind of switched towards playing basketball more than baseball.
And how'd you end up in Iowa? How that was it?
Yeah, left probably my sixth grade year from Chicago to Iowa. My father played junior college in Iowa, so he actually moved from Chicago to Iowa. Thank God he did that. Tell him where I would be probably coming out those streets of Chicago. So that was probably the best thing ever in my life. Was to be able to go somewhere where I can actually focus, be a kid, and just grow. So sixth grade, we moved to Iowa, and I started growing up there. That's kind of how my niche with the Hawkeyes and staying in Iowa, and committed at an early age. My sophomore, junior year, I committed to Iowa. So I kind of picked a school where I figured I was supposed to go to UCLA with Barron, but I wanted somewhere where I can shine, where I can do my thing, and wouldn't have to run into, a problem with sharing that ball. So I stayed at Iowa.
Wow. Fellas?
So I have a question.
Go ahead, Clint.
The first question is speaking to this. First of all, congrats to you, your career. You did your thing. You were definitely a joy to watch, and I rooted for you, no doubt.
Yes.
But speak on this GOAT question. LeBron, Jordan, you played with him. How do you feel? What do you think about all that, like personally?
Well, my personal, GOAT for me is definitely Michael Jordan.
I know that. We know that. How you play. You know what I'm saying?
I think it's an argument. People can argue all day. Who's the best, and it's kind of more of an opinion thing, and more of I think what era you grew up in is where those decisions come in to play for me. But to me, Mike was the man, Kobe, and then LeBron. You know, and why I got my GOAT is because someone who dominated, somebody who took over the game, somebody who I knew who could depend on that last second shot was Michael Jordan. You know, and I asked somebody who likes LeBron or thinks LeBron's the GOAT, but at the last second of the game, who would you get a ball to? And that's the decision you make. So if he's the greatest, I want to give him the ball. How is he the greatest? But statistically, but statistically, LeBron is the best player ever. You know,
it's even statistically.
Yeah,
because Will got a lot of stuff. Kareem still, you know. I mean,
and what if these guys would have came
top
out
10 rebounds, top 10 assists?
You know, what if would have skipped college and came out of high school? You know, their longevity of the game would have been even that much longer. So it's like comparing apples to oranges to me.
Okay.
I agree. I think it's an opinion thing. My question is back to baseball. Go ahead, Coach. I'm sorry.
Ricky, whatever question I had for you, I am no longer asking.
Yeah.
You have made this for me. I'm not saying anything the next hour, 2 hours, however long.
Yeah.
I'm done. You settled it for me. And I want to thank you for coming on the show.
Yeah, we could actually Coach and I feel the same way because we can actually end the show now on that topic because typically the show always drifts into this part where we got to talk about that, right? So we always agree to disagree at the end of the show.
I wasn't trying to see. I know Ricky probably gets this conversation all the time. I wasn't trying to throw that at you. I was trying to focus on the brother's career, his history. You know what I'm saying? And all that tangential, Coach. I know you look at his face.
But that's it.
But I wanted to talk to you about the baseball thing, Rick. Just because literally, again, I was talking about it last week, and I was telling the panel how did they know that in the 78-79 year, 16 of the top 20 hitters in baseball were African American, right? And we didn't, we don't talk about that. We don't talk about that too much. So then I started going into, I got up to 1985, and in like 83, 82, 9 of the top 10 hitters were black. 7 out of 10 in 83. So it was like 6 out of 10 in 84. It was just like they were there. So we're trying to figure out, like, I think, like you said, that basketball pulled you away. And at that time, and what was the summer of your junior year was what year?
That was 94.
94. So I kind of think that it was a couple of things going on in our inner cities, right? Because we kind of all grew up around. Baseball was my favorite sport, right? That's what I grew up playing. I grew up in Spanish Harlem, and that's all the kids in the area played. And when I moved to New Jersey, it was more of a basketball type thing. I didn't even look at baseball. I didn't even pick up I don't even think we played catch. From the time I was 15 until whatever, but
in the streets,
yeah, it was just like basketball, maybe football, but it was basketball or bust. That was pretty much what we did in Jersey. But in New York, it was all the kids was playing baseball. Stickball, it was some form of baseball was being played. Right. So we think that a lot of it had to do with them pulling back programs. In the mid to late 80s, they started pulling back on some little league programs in the inner cities. And then you had the Reagan and the crack era. And we're thinking that had something to do with it because a lot of people wanted to be either at that, you have the Magic Johnson, Bird era, and kids a little our age or a little older saw those guys and saw basketball as more of and Michael Jordan came around your time, right? So those were all the reasons why they can step away. But the main thing was that they took the programs out of our cities.
Yeah, right.
So that's what we think.
I totally agree. And to chime in on that, I mean, for me, I think all the sports, I think all the black athletes rule in every sport, in every year. But I think just the change from social media, people watching basketball and basketball becoming
visual
national. I think a lot of guys changed sports and didn't go into and with the basketball evolving into summertime basketball, what AAU is just like on steroids. I think they just kept going year round with the basketball. And I think if the travel or the summer basketball wasn't so much on steroids and live coaches, because if you're playing basketball and you have these opportunities in April and July where there are live periods where coaches are coming out, I'm not going to be on the baseball field. Ain't no way. Ain't no way I'm going to miss that tournament just because there's only small opportunity for a coach to come out and recruit. So I think that's, the OD on I think has changed a lot of the baseball players.
That makes a lot of sense.
Hey, what I wanted to ask you about Iowa, going to Iowa that time, they were a strong top program, very, very, very solid in the Big Ten. Then what was it like being at a PWI in a state where, is really, cornfields and such, and being a star athlete there, and the university is literally the biggest thing in the state.
Absolutely.
Program. What was that like? That experience, and how did that shape you for your transition into the league?
Absolutely, Coach. That's a great question. That going to Iowa, it's like I think it was like a double-edged sword for me. In one aspect, you could go to this place where you might be the only minority or just a few minorities, and it can go good for you. They can give you the world. They could, because they know your value and what you're worth to that school. It could go in a good situation. Guys get taken care of. They're not going with a lot of missed stuff, or the books are good. They graduate, they get their books. But at the same time, if you're not kind of obeying by those coaches' rules or laws, so I call what he has on what he wants, it could get ugly. So at one day that you could be the man, and the other day, if you don't go with coach, you could be, this bad, detrimental to the team guy, and it could get ugly. I think that helped me a lot. It helped me mold and get ready for, what the world and what the really world is all about. Being able to be professional, be myself, and at the same time, know exactly what they're about and know exactly what I'm trying to achieve.
Who was the coach at Iowa?
It was Tom Davis, Dr. Tom. And even though, he was bringing in a lot of brothers, he had our assistant coach, Rich Walker, I think was our stronghold. He brought in all the brothers. Rich was just bringing in brother after brother after brother, and kind of building that program, for Doc. So I think it was a great fit, but at the same time, to answer that question, I think it'd be a double-edged sword. It could go the wrong way, but at the same time, it could be good for you if you take advantage of it.
Now, to kind of piggyback on that, what was the NIL money like? And NIL money then was boosters. So, what was it similar? Because that's how all PWIs roll back then. How did that kind of in relationship to what kids are getting now, which is it's just out there, it's up front, everybody knows. I know you going to ABC camp and all that, those are the top players. Y'all all experience the same kind of thing from boosters, coaches who did certain things which were let's quote unquote illegal, but it was the way of the land.
Right.
What do you see? Do you see that situation better or this situation better for the game?
Well, right. I see. I'll say this for the game. I see this situation as worse, but for what these players deserve, I think it's better. And and what they deserve is kind of hard to weigh out. And I think that's where it gets kind of messed up because you got this sense of guys getting all this money and kind of making the decision is kind of the ultimate decision on where I go as a player on who has the most money. What schools has the less taxes? What state? Now these West Coast states are going to be less recruited than these down South states just because of my taxes and everything that rolls off of that. And that's the decision they're making, and that's the discipline of the kids. If the money ain't there, I'm not going to really pay attention to what coaches has. I'm not going to listen to them. I'm not going to, go through what I have to go through to build my character. I think it's just let me get in the portal, let me find another team, and let me get some more money. And that's what it's all about. And it's tough on the coach. Some of these players are making more than the coaches. So how can you ultimately, even say something to me, coach? I make more than you. And it's tough as a coach, as a leader, to try to, teach these guys. But if you can't really get to them, but on the other end, I think they're getting there a little bit. I think they still need a few more steps on. I think the NIL money just kind of disguised the schools still from paying the kids. I still think they deserve to be paid. These guys are getting $1 billion deals from March Madness. Each school getting $1 billion deals. There's no way these kids should be getting paid by the university and by the booster and the NIL and all that stuff. So I think it's good that it's evolving into that, but at the same time, it's creating a whole nother monster.
Yep. That's a good answer, and it's something I think we're all on the side that these young people definitely need to be paid. But it also, we're talking about 17, 18-year-old kids making decisions that they're not necessarily equipped to make at that point in time.
Absolutely.
Which they don't understand the ramifications it really has on their lives, and they're missing out on things like loyalty, commitment.
Yeah.
But they definitely should be getting something, and ultimately, I think the NCAA is either going to, I think the NCAA is actually going to fall, but that's another topic. They're going to have to do something with the NIL and the transfer portal. Because it's just not sustainable
at all. Not at all. And it's messing up high school basketball as well.
Yeah.
Kids is not getting recruited, and it's tearing it up.
Yeah, you can't even go to a high school game anymore. They don't recruit at high school games at all. Actually, the scouts stay away from high school gyms.
Not at all. It's not even in the live period. It's a dead period.
Yeah.
So it's then legally can't even do it. Why? I get it. Why should I even go recruit? And I could just sit in the screen and check on these players and watch from here. Go to the portal.
Yeah, recruiting has become remote.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's you just watch video and then you make a phone call to a kid, and offer them, look, this the NIL money I got for you if you come here.
That's it. That's it. Yeah,
and that's sad. I coach high school and AAU, and and the reason I got into that level, I actually left college and went back to high school and AAU because I want to help kids get to college.
Yes.
And that's gone now. And I had to change my thinking of, saying, all right, well, junior college, so you can get stronger, so you can play, and then had that chance, which it's tough for a kid who their whole life wanted to go to, say, Iowa, or Carolina, or even here in Jersey, just a St. Peter's College.
Right.
They're not even looking at high school kids.
Not at all.
That's sad, because that takes away a lot of what drives kids in our communities.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, Rick, you got drafted in '98, right?
97, 98.
97, 98, right? So you came in the
Oh,
league.
I'm sorry, 98, 99. That's my bad.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
When you came in the league, it was still like a throwback era, so to speak.
Yeah, it was still throwback. That was a lockout year.
Uh-huh.
That was the year lockout. That was the year Jordan retired. Yeah, it was still throwback old school basketball.
Right.
Where they played defense.
Yes.
That's when the Rockets won it those 2 years.
So
San Antonio.
San Antonio.
Yeah,
San Antonio.
Gilbert Arenas has a theory. It's not that players don't play defense. It's just that the offense is so much better now than it was back then.
That's because
I don't know. I never played in the league. Can you speak to that at all?
Yeah, guys do play defense. In the NBA, nobody can guard anybody. Nobody. So it's more or less how good are you off the ball, moving with the ball, and you doing your work before the guy catches the ball and sending them to your team principles. I think that's where the great defenders are really good. But the theory of back in the day, it was illegal defense. So you couldn't go over there and help if you wanted to. So, nowadays guys can actually go over there and kind of play zone a little bit and stand in the lane. So you were kind of on an island out there. So I think guys back in the day could defend a little more than guys can now.
Guys?
I have a question about sort of random, but you hear this term, there's levels to this, and you've played for a couple of different organizations. How would you compare, not to throw any of them under the bus, but the organizations comparatively, and I'm talking about from, facilities to management to just how they're run or not run. What would you say about that?
Absolutely. That's an amazing question. And I think that's the whole difference between, making the playoffs and not making the playoffs. Great organizations and not great organizations is the front office. And once you can kind of see once you go to one team to another team, say for instance, Miami's like top of notch, grade A, from the food to the travel to, the amenities, to everything they have. It's just grade A. Then you may go to another franchise. It's just, it's not ran the right way, but it's all from the front office on what they want to do and their leadership and, where they want to put the players and how they trying to cut budget. I think that's the reason some guys don't go over there and get traded to certain teams. They know who's in the front office. So and they know what that organization looks for and stands for. And, some guys don't want to even be a part of it.
Okay.
I got a question for you. Since you played for it, you had a little bit of a journey. In terms of, I think it was 6 teams: Boston, Clippers, Minnesota. You played Indiana, Charlotte, right? Charlotte. Okay. So my question would be to you is, who is your favorite teammate?
Oh man. Well, I played for a lot of them, man.
I know.
I was like the Robin to all of them. To LeBron, D-Wade, KG, Paul Pierce.
Yeah.
You name it, man. They was all those guys was all good, man. Paul, KG, D-Wade, all of them was stand-up guys. All of them was pretty stand-up guys. I loved all of them. I still stay in touch with Kendrick Perkins a lot. That's probably my guy.
KP.
Yeah, I love what he's doing, by the way.
Yeah,
love what he's doing.
Put it up, man. He's doing good. Yeah. So, but those guys are most of the guys I played for are pretty good guys, pretty stand-up guys. Yeah.
Who did you not want to play against? Who gave you the business? Who gave you the roughest time?
AI. I didn't want to see AI. I didn't want to see AI. I didn't want to see Reggie Miller. No thank you. You know, they both chase you off those screens. You know, Reggie gonna chase you off 4 or 5 screens before you touch it. Then you're gonna throw it back. Then you're gonna come off 4 or 5 more. Then he might not get a good shot. He's gonna come off 4 or 5 more. You know, but AI, he's same thing, coming off those screens, and then when he get it, it's just got you on skates and so fast, so quick, and he can shoot from it. It was tough. It was 2 guys I didn't like to guard.
Wow.
Yeah,
Ricky, I got a question for you. The argument a lot of times we have here in the kind of personality of great players. I would say I'm a fan of killers.
Yeah,
me and I'm in that camp with him. We both we the killer camp. We kill killers.
You know, others like the kind of the friendly guy, the kind guy, wants to bring everybody together. He wants to be everybody's friends. Just from your game, you are a high energy guy. You attack the rim. You had that killer in you. You know, let me ask you: do you think where the game is now, that mentality that superstars now, the best players in the game, I feel like are those, I want to be everybody's friend. I don't want anybody's enemies. You know, I'm not going to attack anybody. I'm not going to say anything bad about anybody. If I talk trash, it's not those games I'm mic'd up. You know, somebody would actually have to catch me doing it. Do you think that has hurt the game? You know, a lot of people outside the game and say it's AAU, everybody trying to get on the AAU team and play together. I think it's deeper than that, because AAU has always been about getting the best players together. You know, but you still had killers on those teams. You know, now is I want to play with my friends or the best players because I just want to be liked by everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think that has changed the game and we're getting less killers on the floor now?
Absolutely. You know, the buddy ball, we used to call it buddy ball back in the day.
Yeah, cousin basketball.
Yeah, friendly game. Yeah, friendly. You know, it definitely messing up the game.
Yes.
It started when those guys started trading and running and chasing with each other.
Hold on, I didn't hear that. Could you say that again? Go ahead.
Yeah. For real, it started when them guys got traded, started running and trying to chase.
You said trade.
And you said chasing.
Oh, he said it started when they started trading.
Yeah, when they started chasing, trading.
Yeah, talk about it.
All these guys together on making these dream teams. It's messing up the league. You know, you got these top 5 teams that's really good, but then you got all these boo-boo teams that just ain't got nobody on them because everybody else. You know, it's ugly. And then you got all these guys, and then you still doing load management.
You talking that talk? What?
Yeah, it's kind of.
What you doing next week?
Yeah, we might have to have you as the police up in here.
but seriously, Ricky, one of the things, and I know Hawkins thinks I'm taking jabs at LeBron. I'm really not. I think it's LeBron. I think it's KD. I think it's Kawhi, who are, you know, probably 3 of the Kyrie. I coached him, so I always leave him out of conversation. That's my guy.
Exactly.
He's just a savant. You know, y'all mentally don't understand him. That's what I'm going to say about
right.
He's about to take the last level.
No, he needed a Holiday Inn once. That's what happened. He said a Holiday Inn once.
Right now. What's up with your man, yo? Oh, what's up with your man?
No, but seriously though,
it's definitely watered down the game, and it's definitely not a lot of killers. I don't think they're. I think just growing up, I think it starts from there. These younger guys are so spoiled. You know, they got everything. They have nothing to play for.
Yeah.
But to, you know, get some NIL money. You know, we grew up, we had to play for first our spot, our shoes, our clothes, you know, everything that, you know, that we got. You know, these guys got TVs, PlayStation, cars, they got phones, you know, there's really nothing for them to play for. So growing up, I don't even think they have that edge. you know, they just playing. It's just playing. No matter what, if I win or lose, I still got good teams. I still playing. I'm still in the same tournaments. I'm still getting money. I'm still, you know, who I am without winning anything or taking over or being that man that you're getting paid for. So I think it's definitely messing up the game. But starting from a younger age, you know, that everybody get a trophy stuff. You know, it's starting at a younger age. You know, so the killers are gone.
And you know, it's funny. I got to the point now. I switched over this summer to coaching girls so I could get back to that where I could find some killers and remove myself from the entitlement that these young men had.
Right.
You know, get back to the purity of the game. You know? And I feel, you know, I feel like I kind of sold out, you know, these young men who I enjoyed mentoring, but I was like, the game is suffering. I can't do it anymore. I need to get back to the purity of the game.
Yeah, it's definitely changing and definitely, you know, going the wrong way. And you know, it needs a change. Yeah.
Well, that's I think great segue to, you know, what you're doing right now as a high school basketball coach, and what made you, you know, what put the battery in your back to go work with young folks.
That's it. You know, my motivation on, you know, going to work with the younger guys was, you know, I've been looking for, you know, jobs in the NBA and looking for jobs in college and different places. But I sat back with my wife and thought about, you know, where would I be the most effective, and where was I most impact in my life at my age. You know, when was I listening and when was it too late? And I say, well, if I can go get my experience and all my knowledge to the older guys in the NBA already, that it's too late. So I said, let me try some of these younger guys, and it kind of started with my older son that's 19. He's at the JUCO at Kilgore now, so it kind of started with that air, you know, and dealing with his friends and everything like that, and teaching those guys, you know, their foundation and how to build it up and not have poor representation and different kind of things that take them the wrong way. So I said, let me try this high school thing. Let me see what happens, and let me see if I can get these guys the leadership to, you know, help them go from boys to men.
Yeah, well, I think that was a great choice. The future is all we have at the end of the day, and you know, to come with your experience as a professional and your love for the game, to be able to transfer that to the next generation is nothing but positive. So it's a beautiful thing, bro. Salute to you.
Man, appreciate that.
Guys, anybody else got questions? Because I got something I want to ask before I go.
I want to ask.
Okay.
I got one, but I would be remiss if I didn't ask the one question that we all want to know. How you passed yourself the ball to get a triple-double?
I was chasing triple doubles, man. I was the first guy chasing triple doubles, man. You know, I gotta know what I was doing. I was on a mission.
Oh man!
But man,
when it happened this year, they were talking about it. And I was like, nah, nobody did it better than Ricky.
Right? Nobody did it better than me, man. You know, they talk about it, but you know, anybody chasing triple doubles, man, I get their hats off to that. You know, it shows you how in tune to the game they are.
Yep.
But man, it was you know, I'm a young kid from the park, man. So
yeah,
I'm always out there having fun, laughing and joking, and told me like 7 minutes before the game was over, you need one more rebound, Rick. And this was this game from 1 assist or 1 rebound. So okay, all right. I'm gonna go get it. You know, I'm gonna get it. I had about 45 seconds left, and I was like, you know, I gotta go throw it off the glass. I gotta do something. You know, my mind went straight to the park. So I was probably like, I think I was 21 then. You know, I was young, dumb, and you know, just out there, didn't know the importance of what you do now can hurt you in the future. So you know, that's that story. Yeah.
Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
No, but what I want to know is this. As an Iowa alum, where are you on the side of this whole Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark. But more importantly, though, like, how do you feel as an Iowa alum for Caitlin Clark? 'Cause she's a beast, yo.
Yeah.
She's like, speaking of killer, yeah, she's a killer, yo.
She's a beast. She's a
Yeah.
beast. Absolutely. I think I really think this is just all blown out of proportion. You know, when I mean, I loved it. I loved all the talking and the mess. It just shows your emotion, and it just shows what they just trying to get rid of the game again. The killers. They trying to get rid of them. They trying to make puppets and controllable players to where they can do and sell and do what they want. So I just think it was blown out of proportion. You know, talking mess and emotion should be in the game. Like in the NBA, you can't even clap or yell or scream. I don't even know what kind of basketball that is, but
you know,
it's different.
It's
a little bit more than I think. A little bit more than that because like when I officiated, I used to officiate some high school basketball, a little bit of college, but we have meetings, and in the meetings, it was always like this interpretation was always a divide in the room between the African American refs and the white refs. Because for me, if someone does like this with their shirt, that don't bother me.
Right.
They pop their shirt.
Right.
They want to tee that up, right? But then those same dudes that want to tee that up, they want to tell me that in your, like, when you're pointing in your face like that, that's emotion. See, that's what I'm saying. So it's how they look at what we're doing. Like, yeah, it was blown out of proportion in terms of you need competition, and that's about competition and adrenaline, right? And we need that in sports. That's what competition is all about. Right. But it's how who they want to do that, because they were okay with Caitlin doing it.
Right.
They weren't. They didn't want to make her a puppet. They liked her being like that. They didn't like the other young lady being like that.
Right.
That's the issue. That's the real issue.
So,
that's what I struggle with that.
We know what that is.
Yeah, we know what it is.
Yeah,
we know what it is. It's just that
it's not on either Caitlin or Angel. It's not on them to show the weight of it, but it is a reflection of society in terms of the Iowa team being primarily white.
Yeah.
The LSU team being primarily black. Like, it got framed kind of that coming out of the South Carolina game,
right?
With Iowa, that dynamic. So it was kind of set. And when you look at what's going on in the nation right now, like, that's having nothing to do with that game, a common theme. So we just reflected what especially on Twitter, social media, what it is.
It's a reflection of the country right now. That's pretty much what it is.
It's unfortunate. They shouldn't have to bear the weight of any of it.
Right.
Absolutely.
I think it goes further in that they wanted to. There are a couple things that were in play here. One is the TV contract for women's basketball. NCAA is coming up. So they wanted that kind of excitement, that competitiveness. Because Caitlin did it the Louisville game. She had been doing it the whole tournament. They needed that, so they had to promote a white player, and who could be kind of the face for the next year or two. Paige, the other one who is extremely talented, is out. She's out. So that would have been ideal if both of them had been in the tournament. Then your other two,
UConn, right?
Yeah. The other two teams that were really good were primarily black, South Carolina and LSU. So it was all set up, but my issue is, something you said, Hot, was, first of all, it's the adults and the sports writers who they, first of all, let's be a little kinder and understand we're dealing with young ladies. I don't care if they're black, white, or what they are, who are 19, 20 years old.
Yeah.
Let's understand that's what we're doing and how that could affect them. And that wasn't taken into account. But I thought what was actually being done was great for the game and was promoting the women's game. They got the most views ever almost 10 million views on the game. So this was a good thing. But this was adults, white men mostly, sports writers who went in a direction that they didn't need to go, was not necessary. And I don't think it affected any of us who are basketball fans or who have played the game. We loved it. We enjoyed it. Would love to see more of it because it was great. It was great basketball outside of that, And look, quite honestly, LSU beat the shit out of Iowa. Nobody wants to talk about that.
Right.
Lost in the Jill Biden comment as well. Like, I get what she was saying. Both teams had a great tournament. It was a good game, but no, Jill, it wasn't a good game. Iowa got smacked around. Now, if you had said I want to invite South Carolina and Iowa to the game, okay, that was a great game. It was close, but LSU destroyed them.
Can I make a prediction?
They did.
The big winner is going to be the WNBA.
I don't think so.
This ain't Bird Magic.
No, I think because these girls can make more money right now staying in college for a couple more years.
But that NIL money, absolutely.
Look, Angel she's only a sophomore.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the girl from South Carolina is a junior.
And she got her COVID year, so she's
a junior. The girl from South Carolina, or the 6'7" one, right? She got to decide whether she want to come back
out. Dawn said she's going to tell her to come out.
Okay.
Who Boston? Aaliyah?
Yeah, Aaliyah Boston, because she's a big.
The other thing, what about the seeding? Who put LSU as a 3 seed when he lost 2 games to South Carolina all year? How do you 3 seed in that tournament?
Yeah, I don't know how that happens either, but.
Like they want them to I don't know what they were thinking there, but how does a team that lost twice and it was to the same team be a 3 seed in the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I didn't get that.
I didn't get that at all.
Not at all.
Yeah,
but I see where you're going, Hawk. But I think because of the NIL money, these girls gonna stay and enjoy college
every bit of
for
it
a little longer, and especially I think Caitlin. She might own half the state of Iowa before she's
for sure. Definitely. Yeah, she gonna suck that up.
Yeah, and already Angel has so many NIL deals, beauty products and stuff that going for her.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's beneficial just yet.
Yeah.
For them to leave early.
And she just said the price went up.
Yeah,
she told everybody, so she
knows price is not yesterday's.
Oh yeah. She got natty prices now.
And Hawk, you got what's the other girl? Flojane or whatever her name is.
Blanche.
Get her on the track. She got bars.
Oh yeah. Oh, I see. Yeah. Ooh, she do.
She got bars.
Yes, she does.
That's nice.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
My man, Earl Flanagan. My brother from East Orange High School, class of 1987. He was an ill ball player. Caitlin gave the Steph Curry Davidson effect.
Yeah, I know. And look, from a coaching standpoint, I think Caitlin can play. Don't get me wrong, but she's a volume shooter. She is a volume shooter. She shot terrible against South Carolina, 5 for 17 for 3. I don't care. Ain't too many players going to get away with that.
Nah, not at all.
But
I'm glad that you guys pointed out the fact that it had nothing to do with Caitlin. Had nothing to do with Caitlin for me at all. Like what she did, I had no problem with either one of them.
Yep.
They were trying to make it. They were trying to make it about them, and it wasn't about them.
About the game,
Yeah.
But like Coach said, it was just the residual effect of them trying to, breathe life into the tournament, show the competitiveness, because it was just female smack talking at the end of the day. And then when it flipped, they try to make it something it wasn't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
But I got a question. So, I was athletic. I wasn't an athlete.
Yeah.
I played sports, but I wasn't, seeing a brother like yourself take off from where you take off from. You know what I mean? Like, please walk us through the feeling, the exhilaration, the after effect. Please walk us through that whole experience, please. And
Oh
tell
man,
us
it
your
was
favorite
amazing.
of all time, the favorite dunk of all time of yours.
Yeah, it's a adrenaline rush, man. It's pure adrenaline rush. You know, I kind of feel like flying. You know, you feel like flying for a few minutes, few seconds while you're up there, and it's just graceful for me. You know, like I said, I started doing a lot of, you know, different sports when I was younger, playing gymnastics and baseball and different kind of high jumping and track. So for me to be able to take off and steal that ball and beat that guy down the floor and take off before he can even think about jumping was, you know, my whole thing. If I could just get there and take off before he jumps, there's no way he gonna jump. Yeah.
Yeah. And what's your favorite of all time?
My favorite probably that Steve Nash and that Charlotte dunk, you know, where I had my chin at the rim up there. That was probably my two favorite ones.
Wow.
Yeah, of course, in that East Bay in Philly where I went through the legs, you know, I still got the first ever to go through the legs ever, you know. So
that's
crazy. Yeah, that was disrespectful to do that in the game.
In the game, that's what I'm talking about.
I was trying stuff in the games, man.
Yeah,
We
that
trying
was
stuff in the games, you know.
So other than yourself, who are your favorite in-game dunkers?
Vince, T-Mac, in games, MJ, of course. Let me think of somebody else that just was trying stuff. J.R. Smith was trying some stuff sometimes.
Yeah, early on in his career.
Right.
Sean Kemp, yeah.
Oh yeah, those guys back in the day, Sean Kemp, Dominique. Yeah, them guys was.
I
yeah.
saw real Dominique.
Game dunker.
This dude was
game dunker. Guys don't even work on their dunks, but they got them.
Wow.
Dominique was a crazy dunker.
Yeah, off of two. He was the first, you know, early two-leg jumper, you know.
Yep.
That was ridiculous.
Yeah, you know, my guy, you know, my guy, you know, he's a phenomenal in-game dunker himself.
Yeah, I didn't even know you like Vince Carter like that.
I know exactly. You got Vince?
But my guy never participated in the dunk contest. He gets a lot of slack from the rest of the panel here.
He was waiting for his son to do it.
Who is that?
LeBron.
Oh yeah, Brian got some hops. Brian got some hops. He didn't try a lot. He don't try a lot, but you know, you throw that thing down though.
Right.
He just don't try it. He got it. He just don't try it in the game. It's not exciting for him.
Right.
He's safe. He's a killer.
So I had a friend of mine, Buddha Black. Big shout out to him. Yeah. Right, he's played ball in on semi-pro level, and he talked about the difference between in-game dunking and carnival dunking. How there's cats that like basically they dunk like it's a show, and it's other cats that they better on court. That's why they don't. Not everybody goes to the dunk contest because everybody doesn't have tricks. Right. I don't know how legitimate that is.
Well, you know, like in-game dunking is different angles. It's different. You know, you catch wherever you catch it, you're gonna do that dunk no matter what. You know, so the other ones, dunk contests, you can kind of predict I'm gonna go on this side. No, I'm gonna go on this side. I'm gonna go over here on my favorite side, you know, but in-game dunkers ain't no decisions, ain't no going over here or trying it over here. It's wherever you catch it. It's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Yes, I'm a 360 on the other side. It's just gonna happen naturally. That's the difference in in-game dunkers and guys that can just kind of, like you said, carnival dunk contest. Ain't nothing wrong with it. It's just you can get comfortable with it. Yeah, but if you can't get comfortable and if you're coming on the left side, can you still do that dunk? That's the difference.
So, all right. So, in terms of what's going on right now in the NBA, who you got for the finals?
Ooh, man, it's so up and downish. guys joining guys' teams. I mean, because you got these guys joining, and you'd be like, I'm going with Phoenix. How can you not go with the guy? It's just you can never count Golden State out, of course. They just know how to play.
Mm-hmm.
They ready
and
for
Wiggins about to come back. So
yeah, so they ready for that moment all the time. But
he's back though. He's practicing. I think he's supposed to play Friday.
Yeah, Golden State. I mean, not Golden State. Milwaukee, of course. Now that they got my guy back. What's his name?
Middleton.
Yeah.
Middleton,
So
right.
that helps them out a little bit. So we'll see about that Phoenix. If they could stay healthy, I guess. I think they'd be tough, but I don't know, man. It's like flip a coin for me this year.
Well, early in the season, it was a bad look. But right now, the favorite is the LeBron Lakers.
The Anthony Davis Lakers.
They ain't the favorite.
Listen, Ricky, I'm a Laker fan for life, right? Magic Johnson was my dude when he came to the league. And Bird and Magic was the first game I watched. And I never felt dirtier than I feel now having the root for the Lakers. I can't wait for the nightmare to be over. Because this is not my Laker team. This is another man's Laker team. This is Hakeem's Laker team.
Oh man, yeah, it's different. They definitely Hollywood scripting over there, boy.
That's what I said. I think it's fit.
One ever since Jerry Buss bought the team, it was a script. This ain't start. This is legacy right here.
But anything, LeBron, once they get back healthy, and if they healthy, they dangerous, but. Can they put the whole thing together is the whole question.
And I will say, I think the other day he played the game we had talked about last week. He had a triple-double. He had 18 points, 10 rebounds.
He did exactly what we said.
That's what he has to be. And if Glass Joe can stay, healthy.
Well, is he going to even play back-to-back? That's the one we got a game tonight.
No, I think right now expectations are too high. Everybody's
he's
watching. Like, you can possibly get the 5th seed. You can really strongly get the 6th seed. Come on, man. You don't want to be stuck in a play-in.
Yeah.
Right.
AD's going to play now, but it's not even about him playing. Is he going to stay on the court when he does play?
He's not a disappearing guy. I don't call him that. It's not like AD don't show up when he does play for the most part. We just know he got to be the best player for the Lakers to be the best version of himself.
Got to be the best player.
He's the only guy I've ever seen that might just jump for a rebound by himself, come down, and it's all
shoelace get him.
Yeah.
Shoelace heavy,
This is crazy.
Yeah,
man. But yo, man, it's been such a pleasure having you on, Rick, bro.
Yes, sir.
No doubt.
Trying to make this happen for a long time. Once again, big shout out to the homie Slim.
Slim, I appreciate it. Yes, sir.
Appreciate you, Slim. Appreciate you, Slim.
Yeah, shout out, Slim.
Yeah, man. It was a pleasure, man.
Yes,
and
sir.
Hey, look, we will having you back anytime, man.
Anytime.
You
anytime.
Standing,
man, for sure.
Was the best ever. I don't think there's been anything better. I mean, this was great.
Yo, hold on. LeBron hate is crazy over here, but I got somebody to help me out. I got. Yo, this is the homie Buddha Black, Ricky Davis, Buddha Black.
What's up, baby? Yes, sir.
Yo, Rick, man, once again, bro, thank you so much for joining us on MAD IZM Sports, and you're welcome back anytime, bro.
Yes,
and
sir.
I appreciate y'all.
Hey, and keep doing what you're doing for the young fellas, man. They need it. That's a blessing, man. I appreciate you for just doing that.
Man, that's
awesome. Keep doing that.
Man, I sure will. I appreciate it.
Salute, man.
All right, y'all be good.
All right.
Take care, Ricky. Peace.
All right, Hawk. Well, I gotta go. So it's been real.
I see what it is. I see what it is. So yeah, man. It's a different world since last time you've been on, Buddha. Things have happened. No trades have been made. It's a new formula going on right now, and they're looking really, really good. And I just want to hopefully we can talk about that and the rest of the NBA situation.
No doubt.
Don't rush.
Well, you want me to start it off?
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, you out in LA, man. Come on, break it down.
Well, like I said earlier, when we had this conversation, that things was going to change before it was all over, and things have changed like we thought. You know what I'm saying? But I don't like to dance before the end of the game. So I ain't dancing right now. We looking all right. You know what I'm saying? And we gotta, I'm still not dancing. So we got some games to go through and some shit to go through. But I think we just look better than we did before, and everybody else seemed to be falling off. You know what I'm saying? Like things is happening to them that was happening to us at the beginning of the season. It's happening to a lot of these other teams at the end of the season. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, it looks like it's going to come down to that Clipper game tomorrow to really to see where that pendulum. Well, you got to win tonight first of all, and then and they've beaten you, Hawk. You didn't win this year yet. They've beaten you 10 in a row. Ty Lewis is 10-0 against the Lakers.
Yeah.
Oh, really? It's like that.
Yeah. So Ty Lue.
Oh, Ty Lue. Yeah.
Yeah, since he's been coaching Clippers, he hasn't lost a leg, and basically y'all will be tied if they win tonight. Both teams will be 40-38 tomorrow, or 40-39, I believe. So
don't they play Utah tonight?
They play Utah tonight. Yeah,
Clippers tomorrow,
and the Clippers tomorrow. So that's going to be the one that swings it, and then after the Clippers, the Lakers have Phoenix. And then they close out the season with the Jazz again. But they got the Suns, and the Suns ain't losing. The Suns still trying to solidify that, make sure they. So the Lakers gonna really have to probably win 3 out of 4. Yeah, 3 out of 4 to get that 6th seed.
Yeah, I think they can do it, and I don't really think they're. I mean, Kevin Durant's a bad man, no doubt. Devin Booker is who he is. Chris Paul's a little old. Ayton, I think the Lakers could beat the Suns in a 7-game series.
So it would be a good series. I would love to see that.
Yeah,
that would be.
I think it not if he stays healthy. If he stays healthy, Anthony Davis is the best player in the league.
No.
Yeah.
Defense and offense, yes, he is.
Yeah. Offense, defense, he could go inside, outside. Yes.
Bro, he at will. He picks his spots at will. He gets to wherever he wants to go at will. You can't keep him off the board. He's rebounding the ball. He's blocking shots left and right. He could bring the ball. Man, He's a problem. Right, he's a problem. He just got to watch out for the shoelace. Shoelace might be.
Yeah.
that nigga trip over the fucking line, the foul line and shit.
Sure will.
You know what I'm saying? That nigga's goofy. That's the only thing about him. He's goofy, man.
Well, he had that growth spurt in high school. We went from 6'2", 6'3", like
like a 9-inch growth spurt.
Yeah.
That'll mess you up.
It will. That's not supposed to happen to the body, but it's just frustrating watching them because you just never know, man. You never know when it might happen. That line jump up off that court and get them.
Straight up. That motherfucker. I can't even front.
Yeah, but when he's healthy, man, come on, man. He's 35.
What I love about it right now is that he's not shooting jumpers like he was before, and he's taking people to the basket. You know what I'm saying?
That's the difference.
Yeah,
like he's not shooting that jump shot.
He's made off of them 3-pointers, and he's going to the hole. And they know that. Look, we feeding you down low.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what before they would give it to him, and he would be pulling jumpers.
Right.
Yeah.
Straightaways and all that. You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, this shit was ugly. You know what I'm
And
saying?
that's what makes him really hard to guard. Once he start getting easy buckets in the lane,
Yeah.
now he can take you outside, and then
Yeah.
it's like, all right, what are we gonna do with him? How are we gonna guard this dude?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm really loving. You know who I'm really loving is I call him Coach Reeves. I'm signing my grandson up with Austin Reeves right now. He's gonna be a coach. Okay. Austin Reeves is gonna be a coach.
Mm-hmm.
Mark my words. I call the nigga Coach Reeves right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Every time I see him, I be like, that my grandson is signing up right now.
Yep.
Because that motherfucker is going everywhere he's supposed to be. He is there.
Yeah.
He plays the game the right fucking way, and it's so hard to find a player like that. You know what I'm saying? Because people be in their own shit. You know what I'm saying? But
he's the ideal teammate, man, because he knows when to cut. Like, I mean, look, of course, all them players know when to do it, but he just does it. It's no thought about it, and it's like, okay, this guy. He a
throwback. He a throwback player. That's why we all like him. Because
Coach
part
Reeves.
of being a basketball player is your IQ, which a lot of these dudes are superior athletes, but they have zero IQ when it comes to basketball plays, right? Yeah. They're just so gifted as athletes that they're, they go through the training, so they just do things in their sleep, but they don't think the game like cats did back in the day.
And you'd be surprised how brain freeze people get once the game starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You can tell somebody a whole bunch, they see them do it in practice. When that game starts, you be like, where the fuck? What?
And defenders aren't expecting that from him. They're like, what? You know what I'm saying?
Who y'all talking about? I'm catching up. Who y'all talking about?
Austin Reeves.
Austin Reeves.
Oh, my Lord.
AR-15.
Coach Reeves.
That's what I'm talking about. That has to be frustrating for the opposing coaching staff to now have to game plan for that dude. Like, they weren't thinking about him, but you got to be concerned with what he can do right now.
Look, he took Lonnie.
You got a game plan for him. You have a game plan for him.
Lakers is deep, yo.
He's an integral part of what they do, like hands down. So
it's a deep team.
When you got multiple guys that can go off the bounce, you got LeBron, you got Reeves, and you got D'Angelo Russell that can all go off. They can all go off the bounce. Anthony Davis and Schrader that could go off the bounce. So you got 5 dudes that could get their own bucket. That's huge. That's huge. Usually you surround people with shooters and they come out the game, they can't get set up for those shots. But you got 5 guys that can go there, they can just get the ball and go get a basket. That's pretty.
Don't sleep on Lonnie Walker. Lonnie Walker too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he can play too.
He can go get a basket.
He can go get a basket too.
Hachimura was lighting jokers up the other day.
Hachimura is good. They got a lot of people that can go get buckets.
Troy Brown can give you some. Malik Beasley can give you some.
And look, the NBA has to be happy with how this whole thing is coming about in the Western Conference. It's coming down. Literally, you want to watch all these games in the last week of the regular season.
Yeah.
Normally, you don't care until the playoffs.
Right.
Well,
so and if this happens, this will be huge for the NBA.
Yeah.
Lakers Suns in the Western Conference matchup.
Because we just don't get
huge.
We don't get KD and LeBron against each
other.
They
said they haven't played in like 4 years. They haven't played against each other.
Yeah.
I hope it happens. I really hope that happens.
Yeah.
I really hope that happens. I don't think that the Nuggets can beat us in a series.
No.
I agree with you, Buddha, but my issue with the Nuggets is that AD always, I feel like he don't want to go against Joker. I always feel like he shies away from that matchup. He plays a little gingerly against Joker.
Well, the last time
he'll put Vanderbilt on him. That Joker, watch what happens.
He gave him numbers. He gave him the business the last time.
Last game he did. Yeah, last time they played, he gave him the business.
Let Mo Bamba beat him up.
Look, the only people I'm worried about when it comes to Anthony Davis is Embiid and Giannis. Them two they would give him problems. You know what I'm saying? But anybody else, I don't see nobody else giving him no problems. The shit he did the cat the other night, I thought Cat was gonna give him a problem. He did Cat dirty.
Yeah, no, he
that had to do with that. That's that Kentucky. That's that Kentucky thing right there. He had to let him know, young boy, I got the national championship, not you. That's what that was.
Yeah,
that was internal. That was that internal competition. You know. So yeah, you had to let Cat know you ain't the one, dog. I am.
He definitely let him know too.
And I really was nervous in that game. I really let me tell you something. The Timberwolves and the Sacramento Kings, I'm scared of both of them motherfuckers.
Yeah,
and Milwaukee. Like I don't want to see none of them motherfuckers. I'd rather see Denver. I'd rather see Phoenix. Them funny teams will beat us. You know what I'm saying?
Them young boys who don't care, man.
That's what I was feeling early today. Don't front on the Kings because they too better.
Kings don't play defense though. Y'all, you want a team like that.
I'm not worried about the Kings. They played in the regular season when it don't matter. And when they start, they take that fish out of water in those postseason. They gonna be like, where we at? The postseason? Yeah. Oh, I didn't know.
They haven't been there about 20 years.
Yeah, actually, their bodies just might break down because they used to be.
The scary thing I got about the Lakers is that they don't play to their best ability against sorry teams. You see what I'm saying? I'd rather have them play against hard teams, and then I know that Brown and them are going to be full attention. They're going to have their full attention. But when they play, sometimes Brown be playing too fucking cool when he be playing against, teams that ain't all that. They don't be seeming like they be going full tilt.
It's hard to play. It's hard to play that way against Sacramento, man. I know you've been to Sacramento, man. But you don't want to be there. You just want to get out of there as quick as possible.
Word.
Yeah, man. So let's talk about Dallas because with Luka, all the hype surrounding Luka and Kyrie going there, the fiasco leaving up out of Brooklyn, his history bouncing from team to team, offensively, unquestionably, one of the illest duos, no defense, and Dallas is a dumpster fire right now. Let's talk about it, please.
Well, it's the best thing about that is that because they won't make the playoffs, the Knicks is going to get their unprotected pick. We're going to get their first round pick this year. So that's the best thing about in the Brunson deal. So they're literally in 11th place. And if they don't run it, even if they run the tables, they can still miss the play-in. So they're done, yo. They're done.
And they were talking about sitting them two out. Somebody was talking about sitting Kyrie and Luka out, resting them, shutting them down.
I think Kyrie shut it down, and Luka was like, "Well, if he's shutting it down, I'm shutting it down."
I think it was Luka who just couldn't figure out how to play with Kyrie.
He said he wasn't having fun no more.
Yeah.
Look, in the fourth quarter, he shot 92 shots, Kyrie, to Luka's 40.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Since he been there.
He said
Kyrie was being Kyrie. Luka didn't know how to deal with that.
He didn't know how to handle it because he used to everybody just giving him the ball and falling back.
Yep.
Yeah, but we got to realize those wings that they traded was all of their day. Because all these games that they played, these 20 games, they were in most of them, but they couldn't stop nobody. And all the problems they had at the end of the game, closing out the game, be it Kyrie or Luka, which they didn't know what to do, they really couldn't decide and weren't successful at it. That's why there was no joy in it, because they were losing.
Yep.
Yeah.
They're like 7 and 14 with the two of them since the trade.
Yep.
Yeah, they were a 5th seed before he got there. They went to 11.
11.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were fourth place when he got there. You said fifth place when he got there. So is Kyrie team obliterator?
No, like I just said, I don't think that was it. I don't think Luka.
I don't think you can blame it on Kyrie. Because he's scoring. He had 42 the other night. You can't blame a man who dropped 42.
You just can't have two guys that need the ball the whole time.
Somebody got to figure out how to play without the ball. Yeah, somebody got to figure out how to play without the ball.
Yeah, that's the problem. Luka, like I said, you put a quarter in his neck, and until the quarter run out, he ain't giving up the rock.
Yeah.
Dribble. That's Luka. That's what he does.
The narrative, of course, is going to be that it was Kyrie's fault because it's always Kyrie's fault.
So not that it's necessarily Kyrie's fault, but when you look at it, the history of Kyrie, it's just organizations. It's not just. There's always turmoil. There's always this thing that's not.
Oh, that narrative is real, and that narrative is really going to be. The only place Kyrie can play is with LeBron. That's what that narrative is going to turn out to be. That was his only successful stint. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if it works this off season with D'Angelo and they do their thing. If the Lakers do their thing in the playoffs, which I think they will. I mean, I don't know if they're going to go to or win the finals, but if they play well, then they may not want Kyrie. And
they've already said they don't want him. They've already stated that.
Yeah, but if D'Angelo struggles in the postseason like he usually does, then believe me, they're gonna go after Kyrie.
I don't think D'Angelo Russell's gonna struggle because he's not gonna be asked to do much. There's so many other pieces to the puzzle that he could just step in when needed and do his thing. As you know, when he heats up, let him do his thing. If not, put him right on the bench.
Yep.
He ain't got no pressure. But he's a hell of a safety blanket to have.
Hell yeah.
If he can go get his thing, it's a whole lot of things he can give you.
I think Kyrie is going to the Clippers.
Yeah, I heard that too.
I think that's where he's going. He's not staying in Dallas.
With Paul George and
Kawhi. Yeah, because Russ will be going. They're saying they're not going to re-sign Russ.
Nah. Russ got 40-some points the other night.
Yeah, I think that's where Kyrie is going. He's going to be in LA, but he's going to be a Clipper.
Okay.
And remember, the Clippers got a new arena that they're building, so they need as much star power as they can get.
Yeah, well, that would actually be could be really formidable. I mean, Paul George, Kawhi, and Kyrie.
Yeah, that could be ill.
And all three of them, at least two out of the three will play every night.
You got Zubac at center. Who else is at center for them? Zubac and
I don't know who their backup is.
Yeah, I can't think of it right now either.
Because when I look at the Clippers, that's my question. I don't think they got much happening down low. Zubac definitely can't do nothing with AD at all. So
yeah, but they beat them 10 straight times.
Yeah, AD was hurt. LeBron was hurt. It was
All I'm saying is they're gonna have to get over that hurdle.
Other teams was up to Westbrook. It's a whole new different team, bro. It's different.
Well, listen, if they don't get over that hurdle tomorrow night, it's detrimental because they're gonna be basically fall, to play in if they lose tomorrow night's game. So they better get over that hurdle real quick.
Yeah, I'm not sold on the Clippers right now winning out. Even forget the Laker game. Who else they got? And they're not playing well right now. So I ain't sold on the Clippers.
They got 2 more games, I think, after the Lakers too. I don't know who they are though.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see for the playoffs. I can't wait for these 4 games to be over.
Yeah.
Yeah, NBA always picks up in my mind right after the NCAA. Now y'all will get locked in West on some NBA basketball.
Yo, Cliff.
Yeah.
Hey, talk about them Knicks, man.
Yeah. They're doing their thing now.
Brunson was hurt. Randall was acting a fool. Randall was hurt. Jalen Brunson was acting a fool.
Nah, but Randall is hurt right now, which it's a sprained ankle, and they calling it a 2-week injury, meaning he'll be right back for the playoffs. But they're pretty much locked into that 5th seed. which means they're gonna have Cleveland the first round, and they actually won the season series against Cleveland. They beat them 3-1, and the one game that they lost to them, it was just like Cleveland shot some fluky, crazy number. But so they've been dominating them this year, but I'm just hoping that Julius Randle gets back and he'll just pick up where he left off, because the Knicks have been killing Cleveland all year and they're not scared of them. And if they can get over this first round, they obviously they'll have I think they would play the Milwaukee. Yeah, they would play Milwaukee the second round, but Knicks.
Look, that's going to be good, and the NBA will be happy with the Cleveland first round just because everything that happened last summer, surrounding Donovan supposedly going there. So second round, that's good for him.
Yeah, that's a good matchup.
That'll be the best first round matchup, I think.
Yep.
In the playoffs, unless you get that Golden State Phoenix, that could happen too in the first round, which will be crazy.
Yeah,
Durant against, because Durant is still he hasn't been back to Golden State yet, right? Because because of that COVID year, and then he was hurt.
That new building yet? That new building.
Yeah, that's right. So that will be a crazy first round series if that goes down too.
Yeah, did y'all see the game? Warriors against was it OKC? When Draymond got the tech.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He looked like he kicked money. Well, I think he kicked dude in the head.
He kicked him all upside the head.
He intentionally, you see him take his left leg and drag it.
Yeah.
So he could kick dude in the head. I don't know how he survived that game, bro. He kicked him in the head.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
The announcers even called him out on that.
Yeah.
Come on, bro.
No, what killed me is that they won the game and they try to make it seem like, it was good that Draymond did that. That's the part that killed.
I didn't like that, man. He
really
in the head.
Really?
Kick a dude in the head.
Yeah, they try to make it seem like that turned the whole game around.
And you know what? In Draymond's mind, he thinks that happened. He thinks he turned the game around by his actions.
Doing that stupid shit.
Yeah. He does stuff like that to, trigger them.
Well, he even said it. He said we were getting punked, so we had to turn it around. We had to get a little bit more aggressive.
Yeah, but you kicked Money in the head. Like he
kicked somebody in the head
with his left leg and just boom, punted dude.
Me and Draymond would have both been out that game. But we would have both went out that game because there's no way in the world I'm letting him kick me like that.
Yeah,
I know he did it on purpose. I know he did it on purpose. Don't even try.
Yeah, he definitely did it on purpose. But here's the problem with Draymond: guys don't respond to Draymond the way they need to.
Yeah,
like Buddha, you gonna punch Draymond in the face?
Bad.
All that stops. That's all it's gonna take. Yep.
Somebody step up and do it. Yeah.
I need to see Draymond do that to Joker.
No, that ain't gonna happen. He ain't mess with no Russian guy.
And I've seen his bravado tempered down around Joker too.
Of course.
I've seen him be real polite and sportsmanlike. I've seen that.
Have you seen Joker's brother and his father that be in the stands?
Yeah.
Them cats is straight laced up. Yep. They laced up, right? They ready to go. You gonna find Draymond in the river somewhere, messing with Joker.
It looks like they work for the Russian mafia.
Yep.
No doubt.
Wow, crazy. So we can talk more about the East, but there are some other things around the. We didn't talk about the McDonald's All-American game.
Oh yeah, let's talk about the girls. Let's talk about the girls.
Oh, we talking about the girls?
The girls compared to the boys.
All right.
Like,
So the women's
how
college
much?
game versus the men's college game.
Yeah, how much was that? Like so different. Like there's no boy stars in college basketball that was in that game.
Yeah, because they all go to the league.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is gonna make teams start picking up not so good players, so they can at least get a team that's gonna stay for 3 years and they might be able to win a championship. You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Why get somebody that's gonna be there for 1 year and you ain't gonna win shit?
Yep.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. And that's
the biggest stars got knocked out in early rounds. I mean, Zach Edey, Brandon Miller, all the the ballers.
They're freshmen. These kids come in, you make them stars early on, but they got to play against men when they get to the tournament.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So I got to check out as y'all talk about this one, but I got to check out.
All right.
Wes.
Hey, look, Wes, we got all the fodder we needed tonight. Ricky gave us everything we needed.
I'm blessed. But I'll get a Hakeem call tomorrow. He'll convince me that Ricky was wrong too.
I know I'm gonna have a lot of DMs and stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna get a call tomorrow. He gonna definitely hit me up.
We gotta reset the room. All right, brother.
All right, man.
All right.
Peace.
Yo, Black, we gotta reset the room.
All right.
It was a lot of blasphemy on here with Ricky Davis. You
gotta let me know what happened, man. I don't know what happened, man.
No, Ricky got on here speaking truth to power. You know what I'm saying?
Preaching.
It was truth to power, man. It was like church, man. You know, I almost caught the spirit on this podcast tonight.
He just said his GOAT is Michael Jordan. That's his GOAT. And he said, in crunch time, who would you want to give the ball to? And the answer for everybody was Michael Jordan.
But here's the bigger thing. Here's the bigger thing he said, Buddha. He said Jordan, Kobe, then LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay, for what?
GOAT status.
Now, he played against all three, right? Now, repeat this, right? He played against all three, right? Jordan, played against Jordan, he played against Kobe, and he played against LeBron. He said his toughest matchup, the one person he never wanted to see, was AI.
Okay.
AI and Reggie.
And Reggie Miller.
And AI and Reggie. So what does that say about everything else he just...
Well, you gotta understand, bro. Like matchups is everything. Like if you're a basketball player, matchups is everything. Like sometimes if you a mid-sized nigga, the little nigga gonna give you the hardest problem. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes when you a little nigga, it's big nigga, you kind of get under his skin.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I can understand AI giving him a problem because he don't want to run. He ain't gonna run with AI like that.
And Reggie Miller just gonna run you all over the court.
He ain't even gonna touch the ball and run you to death. He not even gonna have the ball in his hands and he gonna run you to death. By the time you get the ball, he gonna take one dribble and shoot. Okay? Because you're gonna be standing over there tired as hell. That's what. Listen, that's why I went to camp at. That's why I went. I got drafted by the Indiana Pacers, and once I went in that camp, I knew that I was gonna have to find somewhere to go because this nigga ain't going nowhere. We played the same position, and that boy run like a deer all day, and without the ball. A lot of people need the ball. He don't need the ball. It's hard guard a person like that without the ball.
And then he running you off picks as well. So now you hitting big jokes
from side to side, side to side, side to side, side to side. Sooner or later, you're gonna slow down and stop in the paint and say, "All right, go ahead, man." Shoot the ball.
You got it.
Yep.
Take that, yo.
And especially when you hitting them picks from them Davis boys back then.
Yeah, you coming off them picks, you running around the picks, you trying to go under the picks, you get hit left and right, and you like, you know what?
Yo, go ahead.
Go ahead.
Both of them.
Go ahead.
Dale
Get
Davis.
that off.
Yeah. I'm gonna cross my fingers. How about that?
Yeah. Yep.
I'm gonna hope you miss.
Wow.
But yeah, man, it's a. I believe exactly what he said, that those players gave him a rougher game. Kobe gonna give you Kobe. Come on, man. Kobe gonna give you hell.
But
Jordan gonna give you hell.
He didn't say Kobe.
But you know what they gonna do. You know
they gonna give you hell. First of all, them niggas gonna give you hell. They gonna bust your ass.
Yes.
Bron is just gonna win the game. Okay? He gonna get the dub. His whole team gonna be happy. Ain't gonna high five. He gonna have a hand slap for every last nigga on the squad.
Yeah.
He gonna be diming out, and he gonna be dunking. But it's not you against him. It's you against my team.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
That's how Bron play. He don't play me against you. He play you against my team. Jordan be like, I'm gonna bust your ass.
Now to that point, they asked Oak, and Oak was like, "Man, LeBron, because he gonna give you the ball."
Yeah, no, that's exactly
That's my best friend.
Just like Oak said, they want to play too. They want to play too. They worked out. They fucking been playing. They want to play too.
Yep.
Jordan would say, "Fuck you, fuck you." He'll say, "I'm a pass to you. Did you make that shot? No. All right, you don't get no more passes."
Yep.
That's it.
That's how
No
they
more
play,
sugar
man.
for you.
Straight up, they don't play that. They don't have time for fuck ups because they shooting all the shots. So it's a very small margin to get that W. If only one person is getting all the points.
Yep.
It's a, you know what I'm saying? So I don't have time for you to miss 3 or 4 shots when I got to score 38. You know what I'm saying? So
that reminds me.
It was a great conversation all around.
Yeah. But I still think that, you know, like for you not to put for him not to put like Magic and LeBron and Michael Jordan, it's like Magic. It's like, to me, it's Magic, LeBron, and then Mike.
Yeah, my list is Kareem. My list is Kareem, Mike, LeBron, Magic, LeBron, something like that.
I've changed my list. I've recently changed my list because of the climate we're in the country. So I go Bird, Pistol Pete, and Bob Cousy now.
God damn. And I fuck with the Pistol Pete because that's my dude. And I fuck with Bird too.
Nah, Cousy. I'm going with the climate of the country now, man.
Look, I'll take Jerry West over Cousy.
Oh yeah, I'm with you on that. Okay, touche. Jerry West was that dude.
Jerry West was that dude.
He was that dude, and he was a Laker. So yeah, I take that.
Yeah.
So Black, we didn't get your thoughts on the whole Angel Reese, Caitlin Clark controversy.
Ooh, like I loved it, but y'all know she went a little hard, a little far with her shit. Angel did, but I loved it anyway.
When
you know what I'm saying?
When she hit with the ring shit, I was like, oh, okay.
She went a little far, but that's what people do. Like, I swear to God on this. Just last week, right, when they were showing Caitlin, right, and she was hitting jumpers on girls, talking shit to them, screaming, doing the Jordan shrug every time she hit the shit, doing the shrug on the chicks and all that. And this white, what's the white sportscaster lady's name that know all the basketball? What's her name? She was like, all this trash talk. Don't you love it? I love it.
Mm-hmm.
I love all this trash talk. It just makes it so. I just love it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then weeks later, That shit got done to her girl in her face. It was like, oh my God.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my God.
What you asked for, because you just might get it.
Yeah. And you know, let me tell you, this world is like what I call this the season of assholes. You know what I'm saying? Like, assholes are winning.
Yeah.
If you're an asshole, you're gonna get the win. You act like an asshole, treat people disrespectful, do everything. Why you think people hate LeBron? Because he don't got no asshole in him.
Right. You're right.
That's why people hate LeBron. He's not saying fuck you, sit your ass down, shut the fuck up. I'm the best. Blah 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 blah. It's asshole season. People love assholes right now.
That's right. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? All you gotta do is be an asshole, and you're gonna get all the clickbait, all the motherfuckers. You be nice, motherfuckers ain't fucking with you.
That's right.
And we gotta be able to, you know, see. We read between the lines. We can't just go with the narrative of the bullshit. Like, I see what she was doing, but at some point, somebody should have told her to, look, chill. You ain't got to do all that. You won the game. You know what I'm saying? But everybody want to go with the fuckery. Everybody want to be on the bullshit and just either stoke it up, well, I loved it, or blah, blah, blah. Nobody want to say, yo, both of them motherfuckers should have chilled.
Yeah, they
you know
both. Yeah.
They both was looking stupid doing all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, they both was looking stupid doing all that shit to me. And then her talking about, be apologetically, and all that. I didn't like, that shit did not resonate with me. Because I didn't see nothing unapologetically me. I didn't see nothing unapologetically me. I just seen her taunting homegirl. She taunting her back. Okay, cool. But that wasn't like a strike for black people.
Well, she was talking about the fact that they've been calling her out all year, calling her ghetto and all this other stuff. And
okay, I'm with that.
You know, but she gave it to Caitlyn like Caitlyn deserved to get it. You know what I'm saying? And she won. You know, trash talk. Nothing wrong with it.
I'm with all of that.
See, here's the thing, right? So, and it goes both ways, like what Black is saying. Like, it's not about Angel versus Caitlyn. It's that it's wrong, right? The taunting and all that is good for the entertainment value of it, right? But what it does is it breeds the negative element. It breeds the character. Like, you're pitting people against each other.
It causes people to take sides.
Bro, I got a daughter. If you got a daughter, if that's my daughter, I'm bringing her home. I'm saying, look, chill with that shit. You don't need to do all that. I'm not letting my daughter just, think that was okay. I ain't gonna be like, you was wrong. She did it to you. You did it back. But then I'm gonna say, but that's not cool.
The malice and the palace can happen all the time if they let it go. Like, it just opens the door for that type of behavior. When people are taunting each other in each other's faces, making gestures, then at the same time, I'm not putting this on Angel Reese at all, so I'm not putting it on her at all.
I don't think it was taunting. I don't think it was taunting. I think the shrugging the shoulders, I think doing this, you can't see me, I think that's taunting. Yeah, I don't think it was taunting. Just because I don't think any of it was malicious. I think taunting comes with a certain degree of maliciousness, and I think it was all in good competition, but I do think it went too far because it continued for too long.
But that's the thing. What's too long?
And I leave that on the coach as well, because the coach could have easily shut it down.
That's when you said it wasn't good competition. Good competition, you don't do that. Good competition is good sportsmanship, bro.
Yeah, the coach could have easily shut it down. Like, all right, we winning by what were they winning by 15?
People talk about I love the great. It was more.
Yeah. First of all, this is the other part of that. They were winning by 20. Why was Angel still in the game?
That coach is flamboyant too. She's flam.
Yes, she is, because she had on a straight Mardi Gras suit,
sequence tiger suit.
Yeah, but you win it by 20 in the national championship. Why don't you put everybody in the game so they can get a taste of that? You know, so I have to fault the coach on that. Angel should not have been in the game at that point. So, you know, but the coach was trying to prove a point. She was proving a point. It was good. It was good for the game. We know, of course, there's that racial component that came into play. But my problem with it, like I said earlier, is this was sports media people who forgot that these are kids at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when you saying a sophomore in college, that's 20 years old.
Yeah.
You know, 19, 20.
Mm-hmm.
You know, so tell them the right way to do things instead of, you know, calling them out their name.
Keith Olbermann really screwed up.
Yes.
He screwed up.
And he's pretty good.
He called her an effing idiot. He spelled out a fucking idiot.
Yeah. He's too. Here's the same guy who posts every day.
Actually, coming from you, Keith Olbermann, coming from you.
Yeah.
From you, calling her that. Yeah. That's threatening speech.
Yeah. He needs to apologize. He needs to be called out to give her apology. Because here's the same guy that posts dogs every day about being abused, you know, abusing dogs out here in shelters and stuff like that. And he's going to call a young black queen, you know, an effing idiot. Nah.
I didn't hear that.
No,
it was a tweet. It was a tweet. Yeah, that can't fly because that lives in infamy right there.
Yeah.
You know, that lives forever.
Yeah, that's like when they did that with the girls from Rutgers. You remember they talked about the girls from Rutgers about their hair was fucked up.
Yep.
All the black girls.
That was
Don Imus.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Crazy.
So yeah, those things. That's what I have a problem with. People in the media, you know, lashing out at these 19, 20-year-old kids. These are kids.
Yeah. Yeah. No. Question,
Coach. But you know our generation of kids. We think our kids do go a little overboard. See this new generation.
Yeah.
You have to be on top of them. You have to be a parent. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to be a parent, like for real. Yeah. Like you can't just because they get a little fame, just because they got an NIL deal, just because they're doing that, you know, you still got to be a parent. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, we said the same thing with John when he was going through his stuff. His dad needed to be a parent.
Exactly.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I'm gonna switch the gears on you, Coach.
Yes, sir.
Should UConn be considered a blue blood program?
I think UConn has been a blue blood program since '99.
Mm-hmm. I agree. Always have a top recruiting class.
Yeah,
they've always been successful. I mean, even in that Big East transition, back and forth, they still did their thing. And don't get it twisted, they got what since the 5 titles.
They got 5 titles, and they've had some great players: Ray Allen, Rip Hamilton,
Kemba Walker.
Like they done had some great players. Like I've considered them a blue blood this whole time.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just think the problem when we talk blue bloods, we really not talking just basketball. We talking those schools that are basketball and football. You know, and UConn has never been, you know, a good football school.
Well, they just went D1 in football, probably 5 years ago.
No, they've been D1. They just weren't any good.
Well, to their credit, they did go to their first bowl game this year.
Kentucky or North Carolina or Duke, none of them got a good football team.
But they had football tradition. You know, because they
come on, bro.
They got that Southern football tradition.
North Carolina and Duke have no football tradition, bro.
Not
like who? LT is the best player that ever came out of North Carolina.
LT.
Yeah.
Can't hear you. Can't hear you.
Like, yeah. I said LT. Yeah.
No, I'm saying we can't hear Hakeem. You talking?
Oh.
Still can't hear you.
Yeah, you can't hear you at all.
No, what I mean by tradition is I mean that Southern football kind of, football is still big. They never had great players or nothing like that. But when we talk about Blue Bloods, it's normally those Southern kind of big athletic programs.
What was ill that they like you said they starting at 99, like, because UCLA to me was the blue blood, but they don't want to count none of the UCLA victories.
No, they don't. They really don't. Like, when we
talk Edney, that what was that, 95?
Because it used to be like
UCLA. They had the Charles boys.
Both
of the
O'Bannon boys.
The O'Bannon boys, yeah.
Yeah, but
Charles
that's their last championship, right?
Yeah. But then they went to three. They went to back-to-back three in a row Final Fours, I think. But didn't win it.
Yeah. So, but what about like North Carolina ain't did nothing in a long time, bro.
No, North Carolina just won the championship a few years ago.
How many years ago?
Like within what? Didn't they win in 20? Who did they win with?
That's what I'm saying.
I know they lost to Villanova.
They won the championship game last year.
And then they lost to Villanova a couple years before that, and they won a couple years before that. So Carolina's been there. When you go back to who we thought were Blue Bloods, it was Indiana, it was UCLA.
Yes. Indiana, UCLA,
Kansas.
Kentucky.
Yeah, those teams. But I think it's I think it's changed. What like I said, I've considered UConn a blue blood since probably 99, maybe even before that. They were building towards that. But they've been really good program for a long time. So I think they got to be in that conversation. I think we would consider Georgetown and St. John's, those teams, because we from that era when that was really good Big East basketball, But
back then I would say Georgetown, Houston,
Syracuse,
and what about the other team from Kentucky, Louisville?
Yep, absolutely.
Now, and we look at it, UConn done won more championships than all of them. So, I think the media has just framed it that UConn is, not, because once they left the Big East and went to the AAC, which I don't know why they did. Well, they went for football. I think that killed them. Because that AAC league is a joke.
Well, now they back and they got Hurley.
Yes, sir, my guy.
They should be good for years. They got top recruiting classes. They straight. They right back on track.
And he's smart in that he doesn't try and recruit the same guys as, like, he recruits 4 stars instead of 5 stars. Because one thing you can't compete when you recruit in 5 stars, it comes down to your NIL money.
Yeah,
and you can't compete on the NIL level. So it's
that's real talk.
I like, of course, I love what he's doing. He's my guy, but he's doing it the right way. He's coaching kids up. They're staying. He ain't getting no one and dones. He's developing kids. I think you said it earlier, Buddha. They're one and dones, man. They don't win nothing. Because by the time they get to March, they tired. They done played a long season.
Yep.
They done played against men. So that's it.
And that's real talk. And these kids, these coaches, their careers on the line.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Their careers on the line, so they can't afford to be wasting years on one and dones.
Yeah, because you only got you got 3 years, really.
Yeah.
You got 3 years. So if you keep bringing in one and done, you wasting time. You better bring in some go to the portal, get some juniors and seniors. Get some grown men on the court. Hey, we're going to see what happens with Kentucky next year, because Kentucky has a top 5, the number 1 recruiting class. They got DJ Wagner, who was the MVP of the McDonald's game. They got a 7-footer who's top 5.
Yeah.
They got the number 1 player. They got the 1, 2, 4, and I think 11 player.
All going to Kentucky?
All going to Kentucky.
Okay.
So this is going to be a huge kind of referendum on one and dones.
Calipari.
Yep. You know, because Kentucky hasn't been good the last couple years.
I know. Calipari, a lot of those kids stopped wanting to go to Calipari. He be coaching them too hard.
Because he trying to get them up out of there.
Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of competition over there. So a lot of them kids was like, I don't want to sit the bench.
That's right.
Well, Hawk out of audio, it looks like.
Back Hawk?
No, his audio is down. But we went around the horn.
Yeah, get you some sign language. Can we see some sign language, Hawk?
Damn, no Hawk, man.
Well, we on 2 hours. We good.
That's true. We done put in 2 hours, and it was great.
It was a good show. Definitely a good show.
Hey, Hawk, man, you gotta invite Ricky Davis back. Anytime. Next week wouldn't be soon enough. Go ahead and invite him back. He'd be speaking.
Well, next week we'll see what's going down, because the Lakers got a big week ahead of them. So the playoffs will be in full force. We'll know who is what and what's who.
Yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed, gentlemen.
All right.
Keep it crossed. All right.
All right, yo. Peace out.
Peace.
Peace.